What is good, guys? Today is day 289, I believe. We're at the gym, of course, for another work day. It is about 5 p.m. right now. We have to work a 2 to 8 work shift right now, so I got to work 8 hours today, 2 to 10 is pretty crazy. I'm not going to be home till probably about 10:30 tonight. But anyways, if you guys see by the title of today's video, I ordered a lot of new collectibles. So I told y'all in yesterday's video, I got my college check back money and all that stuff. I put a little bit to saving for my car or the future things that I'm gonna be needing for myself, but I also spent a lot of money on some new collectibles. So first we got a Hot Toys of the Mandalorian. He's super shiny, he's chrome. If y'all seen in my videos how I show off my helmet, my Mandalorian helmet always stands out as super shiny. And the Hot Toy figure is just like that. So that hopefully should come in within a week or so. And then also I ordered a Boba Fett Hot Toy. I told y'all that I have 10 Marvel Hot Toys right now, and then I have 8 Star Wars. So I need 2 more Star Wars. Y'all know how OCD I am. I have to have the same amount of every single thing. Even my helmets that I own. I have 4, I think I have 5 Marvel helmets and 5 Star Wars helmets and all that. But also I told y'all we reorganized my room a couple of days ago, to make more storage and room for more Hot Toy boxes, future ones that we get. But like I said, I ordered the Mandalorian and then the Boba Fett Hot Toy. They should both come in hopefully within a week or so. And then also I spent a little bit more money. I bought me some glass display lights. So y'all see my glass display cases, how I got 4 set up, but they don't have any lights for them, In my previous videos, y'all seen that I bought the little puck lights whenever I was into Legos and action figures and all that to make them kind of stand out. But those aren't really good because they just run off a battery. So once you you hit the puck and it turns on, after about 10 or 15 minutes, the lights dim down really low, so they're not really going to be that good. But for example, my LED lights in my room, or even my little, if y'all seen my little green Xbox logo that I have above my TV, those are going to be good, I'm not going to say forever, but almost forever, because they're plugged into the wall. They're coming off of the source from the wall. The batteries, they end up dying out really quick. So the glass display lights that I ordered, they plug into the wall, and there's a little wall socket below or behind my glass display cases. So whenever those come in, they said those are going to come in on Saturday. So whenever I get home from work on Saturday, I'm going to definitely be putting all those in. But I spent, I think it was $290 on the Mandalorian Hot Toy, $270 on the Boba Fett Hot Toy. So that's $360 there. And then I spent $175 on the lights. So I spent close to I don't even know, man, close to $700 or something like that. So, but hey, man, I got money put back for all this stuff. Hopefully I can get my car back sometime here soon. They said maybe by the end of this week, but we haven't got no word on it yet. So, hey, man, we're just going to have to see on that. But yeah, guys, we're at work right now, like I said. 8-hour work shift, 2 to 10 today. We might go run and get me some dinner right quick. I'm only I think I ate only once today. So I need to go ahead and eat again, I've honestly been trying to eat 5 times a day. I told y'all I'm trying to gain a little bit of weight, gain a little bit of strength and size. But hey, man, if I eat 5 times, I got to gain at least a little bit of something. But anyways, y'all, like I said, we might head down the road, go get some dinner, I guess you could say, since sorry about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, guys, we got a whole bunch of new collectibles coming in and all that good stuff. So, but let's get through this work shift. Headed down the road now, everyone. It is about 5:30 p.m. Like I said, we're going to get us some good old dinner. We're heading to the Zaxby's to get me a wings and things meal. It was $15. I got me some chicken tenders, some wings, and I got me some fries and all that. But I'll tell y'all what, it feels good, making a lot of money, and budgeting and having a good, strong source of income every single week. I'm not gonna say that money is the key to happiness, because a lot of people say that, you know what I mean? Because if you go off of my religious beliefs, God and Jesus says, if you could have the whole world, but if you don't have God in your life, you have nothing, But that's just my beliefs, I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anybody else, That's a lot of things, with my videos, a lot of stuff is my opinions and stuff, They're my videos, If you don't like what I say, then you don't have to watch my videos, I'm not encouraging y'all to not watch my videos, but y'all know what I'm saying, Everybody's got their own beliefs and this and that. But like I said, man, it feels good, having a good, strong source of income and making a good amount of money, being able to put money back for savings, being able to have money to put back for gas, food, tithe in your 10% and then invest in money, that's it just feels good, man. Like I said, money's not really the key to happiness, but if you have God in your life, you have good relationships with people, having a good amount of money and being financially secure, you know, it feels good and all that. But anyways, guys, let's get headed right down here to the left to the road. Let's get headed down the road, go grab our Zaxby's, and then we'll be heading back to the gym. We're about to arrive at the Zaxby's. This is kind of funny. I was watching back one of my clips while I was driving down the road, and I say, you know, and I say, like I said, a lot. Now, some of y'all might laugh at that and say this is funny, you know, but hey, like I just said, you know, I just said it again. It's just something that I say no matter who I'm talking to or this or that. I say, you know, after like a lot of like points that I make, or I say, like I said, if I'm restating another fact, you know. I just said it again, you know. It's just crazy, man. But like I said, man, my videos are not to be perfection or anything. I just come on here, voice my opinion and all that good stuff. But anyways, if y'all can see the Zaxby's, it's about right over there, right there. But let's get headed there. That's just funny, man. I say you know, and like I said a lot. That's pretty funny. We just picked up our Zaxby's, everyone. And I'll tell y'all what, man, this is a good plate of food. We got large fries, if y'all can see, toast. We got 5 lemon pepper wings and then 3 regular tenders. We got all the Zax, or not Zax, just the ranch sauces there. But hey, man, this right here is about to be a good meal.